Just gotta be careful. I don't know. Don't kill me, please. Hello, everyone. This is Ultimate Granish. Oh my gosh, look at this game. We're doing something new. Yeah. I decided I wanted to go ahead and do actually like some reviews. I know this game's actually been out for a little while. People have played the early access, but for those of you who don't know what it is and you like Steam online multiplayer board games with your friends, you know, it's all competitive and it's good fun. I wanted to go ahead and showcase off or show off Armello. And it is a online multiplayer board game featuring questing, hero selection. It's sort of similar. Essentially, it reminds me of Talisman for anyone out there who's played it. So we're gonna go ahead and dive in. As you can see, I've got the graphics pretty high and volume, you know, kind of low because you know I get everything really loud feedback. And of course, you can change random boards to literally, like, you can set, like, summer, winter, you know, quick AI turns to make it go by faster, which we're going to do that. Because we're going to go ahead and hop into a single-player game, and I'm going to explain some stuff. So the first thing you're going to notice is, like, when you start this game, you're going to actually select a hero. And there's a male and female for each race or species, so to speak. So you've got the Rats, Mercurio, and Zosha. And each different character has an ability that's kind of based on what they are. His is stealing gold from settlements, which we're going to get to that later. And hers is that she gains stealth at night, which this game has a round cycle. You get a day turn, a night turn, and then when you're back to the next day, that's been one round. So you have to kind of look at it as like a different time spectrum. And so, you know, all these characters have a lot of unique utilities, like fighting corrupted creatures, which are, you know, we're going to get to that later and I'll explain it. Or, you know, using spell cards. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to select Thane. Because he's kind of the go-to. Like, the guy's good at cutting stuff. That's really what we want to do. Not only do you get to pick a hero, you get to select a ring. And you can unlock this stuff from completing 10 games, 2 games, whatever. So this ring is stealth on mountain tiles. So this means anytime your character goes into a mountain, you're going to gain stealth for the duration of the turn. And not only do you get to pick a ring, which customizes your character's abilities, you get to select an amulet, which this pretty much lets you do everything, from bonus prestige, which is how you win, guaranteed first symbol match on perils. This is basically means you're better at defeating traps, spirit, body, health, magic, how many cards you can hold, and fight. We just want to be really strong, so we're going to go with 6 fight. Like, we want to slay everything. And we'll reroll AI heroes. Try to get a good mix. There we go. That's every one of every race. I like that. So after you select your character and everything else, game starts. And of course you get a magnificent cutscene here. And it's a rhymey poem. Rhymey poems are cool. This is also a first, you know, it's not really a first impressions. I do play this a lot, but... So, our way of winning is to either... Let's start from the beginning. First thing you do when you start, after you've picked your character and everything, is we're going to pick a quest. So, we have 6 fight. That means we have a 60% chance to win fight-based quest, and we'll get a treasure. We'll get the Wild Talisman, which, you know, it does a special effect that we want. We're good at fighting, we want to complete these quests anyway, so let's do it. So, of course, once you pick a quest, it tells you where to go. And also, you'll see cards over here. These are basically used for basically, you can use it during your turn, or you can use it during combat as a discard in order to roll very specific dice. Which we'll get to that when we actually get to use it. So every turn you gain 3 actions, and I have 4 health. So I'm going to use 1 to move, 2 to move, and I'll go ahead and use my 3rd one to move, because, I really don't have anything to do, Gold is for using cards, basically. Like, this costs gold, gold, magic, and gold. And we'll end our turn. And as you can see, it goes to the AI's turn, taking their actions very fast. That was a settlement. When you land on a settlement on the next day, not night, but day, you will gain gold equal to whatever you're supposed to earn, which is usually 1 per turn, and 1 extra gold for every settlement you've claimed. Now, the thing about capturing settlements is that literally all you have to do is walk onto them. This is a dungeon tile. Dungeon tiles roll for an effect. Whatever the effect is, bam, that's what you get. It can be magic, it can be gold, or it could even be a monster, which is bad. Okay, so we're getting into a lot of stuff here. That's a monster. Okay, that's a monster. Bad crow thing. So basically, our goal is to get to the king, and as you can see, he has guards, which suck. They're bad news. The goal is to get to the king. We want to either kill him outright in combat and take his place, or we want to collect 4 spirit stones, which are these things. You can get them from quest, or just by walking over there and picking them up. When you get 4, you don't even have to fight the king, you just banish him. The 3rd way is to no one beat the king, but if you look up here, we've got the hero journal. Never mind. Hero shelf. As you can see, I have 0 prestige. Bam. Prestige is basically if the king dies of illness, which he loses 1 health every night cycle. Whoever has the highest prestige, wins. So your goal is to do things to make sure you're gaining prestige. That way, even if you can't maybe beat the king, maybe you don't excel at combat, you can still win via just having more prestige than everyone else in the game. Alright, we want to close that. Because right now, we're going to go ahead and move, and I'm going to show you how a quest works. Well, the 4th way to win is rot, but we'll talk about that when we actually get to it. Where am I? Here we go. And quest time. So here's how quests work. You can automatically complete the quest and get no test required. This means that even though I have a 60% chance to win, I can automatically get 1 sword, or 1 bonus attack, and a prestige, or I can do this and take a test. I can do this one, and I'll be able to get the talisman, which I really want, so we're going to do it. It's an automatic roll, 6 chances to win, 4 to not, and I didn't, because video games hate me. So I still get the prestige, I still get the fight, I do not get the talisman, but I do lose 2 health. So to make that up, we're going to go over to this stone circle. This tile heals you. And then we'll end our turn of our night cycle. Zosha's nearby, and she just burned my face because she is a terrible person. She's probably going to attack me. Or she does, though. We're going to pick a new quest. We don't have any for fight, so we've got 3 wit, 3 spirit, 4 body. So we're going to go with body, because we have the highest chance of succeeding that one. She's fighting a guard. We can actually click. So she discarded a card to gain another defense. And she only rolled... She rolled a wild dice. Wild dice will actually replicate dice and continue to roll, which is kind of what separates this from like an actual board game. Rolling the tree symbol, basically, your dice will keep exploding again and again and again. And boy, she really wants that guard dead. So she has a gauntlet, gives her +1 attack, -1 shield. She discarded shield cards to gain more defense because she doesn't want to take damage. He has 1 shield minus her sword. He had no attack. It was cancelled. She's literally using all 3 of her actions to attack this guard. I don't know why, other than she's an AI and she might be a little dumb. Let's see. She's got 1 hit to no damage. Okay. So she did 1 damage. He's now down to... Winning the battle, though, yes. Okay, so she needed it for a quest. Winning a battle actually moves a person. Now she's actually fighting the bear. She's evading. So she only takes 1 damage, but she books it out of there, which was smart. Because every time you kill other players, you yourself, when you survive the battle, gain a prestige. So, yeah, you're very much encouraged to... And they lose a prestige. So you're absolutely very much encouraged to kill other players. I mean, there's totally nothing wrong with that. So... Every day, the leader of Prestige gets to choose one of these 2 different events. A declaration. So I can have everyone pay the king 2 gold, or I can have all heroes discard the cards in their hand. I don't like my cards, so we're going to discard all those. I can dig that. I want some new stuff, and I don't want to have to wait to draw it. So now the guards take their turn. Really don't care about that fight. So yeah, I mean, this game's pretty neat in the sense of, you know, it's very easy to learn how to play. They do have a built-in tutorial to teach you to do it. I'm kind of just showcasing what the game looks like after you've done the tutorials and you're actually into, like, the meat of the game. So, because we have 3 wit, we get to draw 3 cards. When you actually draw cards, you get to choose what you draw. So I'm by no means a spellcaster, so we're going to go with items. I get a torch. Yes. I get an armor. Yes. And another torch. Okay, the other torch kind of sucks, but what we're going to do is we're going to open up inventory shelf. You can equip up to 3 items and have 3 people in your party. We're going to equip a torch. We're going to equip the leather armor, and we're going to just leave that there. And we're gonna dig that. Okay, so now we need to cross over here. So 1, 2. Walked into a trap to show you what happens. So, in order to defeat the trap, I already have a shield because I have the armor. Now I need to roll a sword, or we're going to do this. Discard a sword card, automatically beat the trap, which is awesome. And I will step here to gain a health, and then my turn. And that's how you beat traps. Like, pretty much, like, you just have to roll or discard cards to match symbols. And I can show you in my inventory. This has a sword symbol, so discarding it in combat or for traps will give you swords. This has a shield symbol, so discarding it for traps or for battle gives you shields. So, you know, even if you draw more of this stuff and you don't want it, you could do what I did and just use it to help you out defeating traps or enemies. And she is fighting a bird. Or a bane. So, rot is a very complicated stat. Oh, she actually killed it, so she just gained prestige. Wow, that's really unfortunate. Rot is like an infection, so to speak. Like, every turn you have rot, you lose health. But like, gaining rot does basically allow you to use some very powerful cards. In order to win with rot, you have to have higher rot than the king, and it'll actually give you points in battle based on how high your rot is compared to the other player. So if the king has 2 rot and you have 5 or 7, every rot die, a snake, you roll will add that much to your damage, and you get damage bonuses. I do not know why this bear is trying to fight her. Oh, she has a lot of dice, that's why. We might actually see them kill each other. No, we won't. See how many trees she's rolled? That's how she got all those attacks. And she has killed her. So 1 damage to kill. She gains prestige and gold because she, claimed a bounty. Killing a King's Guard, guys, you get a bounty on your head. Players kill you, they get more prestige and such with the king. It's pretty simple. Alright, I want to draw a weapon. Battle armor. Poison gift. Shining steel sword. Everybody, that's exactly what we wanted. Sword. So we're going to come here. And we are going to go fight a Bane. Try to get some prestige, yo. So I have 7 fight die, which is very good. Plus it's night, so I gain another one. Because I have a night prestige. So we're just going to roll these suckers. So I absolutely obliterated it, and it obliterated me back. Which sucks. I really should have used the battle armor to not die. So now I have a rot. And basically it causes infection, and it's just, it's bad. It's bad news bears. I want to get rid of it. Anyway, so this is essentially Armello. It's for up to 1 to 4 players. They are going to add a leaderboard, or essentially, they're going to add a leaderboard. They're going to have online ranked matches so that you can test your builds and playstyles against other players all across the world. And it's on Steam for maybe, I think 15 to 20 bucks. I will have a link for that in the description below. So everybody, this is my conclusion to my sort of review / explanation of Armello. I don't really feel like I did a fantastic job or anything, but hopefully it turned out alright. Honestly, I give the game, if I had to score it based on all the board games I've played, I give it a 7.5 out of 10. And that's mostly because of the customization. I love the art style. I love the music and the soundtrack. I mean, you can hear some of the ambient music right now. But really, like, the main pro of the game is sort of really, like, I can't help keep on going, like, back to how much it is similar to, or I feel like a really much shorter version of Talisman, except instead of being on the Crown of Command and rolling to kill everyone, you just have to literally fight an NPC that's on top of the Crown of Command and you win. Which isn't a bad thing. I mean, Talisman is a really good game, and I definitely see some influence on it. I feel like the quest system could have been better. I feel like it's pretty much just you're picking something and then it's like, okay, I gotta walk over here and then select an option. I feel like, gathering a certain item or going to dungeons or spending gold, give me a reason to want to do all these other things. Don't just have me go walk to the area, click a button and have it be over. And the other reason, is that the multiplayer component is very solid. I have played this game with multiple people. It runs great. And all in all, that's pretty much it. I mean, the cons are really, like I said, it's the quest, and it's also just pretty much the win condition, I guess. I would have liked there to be a little bit differentiation with the win conditions, because one of the win conditions is just to kill the king. The other is to kill the king with rot. And the third one is to literally get 4 stones and just walk to the king and banish him. So I mean, basically 2 out of the 4 ways to win, which the 4th way being a timeout. Or, the king dies and then whoever just collected the most prestige wins. I feel like that can be done better. I feel like that's something that needs like an expansion. It needs to be expanded upon to really just give you a lot more, because there's a lot of creative ways to play. There's just not a lot of creative ways to win, so to speak. But I mean, of course, this is just my personal opinion, and for me, 7.5 is very generous. I mean, to me, 5 out of 10 is just average game. Like, it's not great, it's not good. And of course, my 2 to 1 is like, oh, what did you even spend your money on? Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if there's any more questions or anything in the comments, or if you guys need a follow-up video, if I missed anything, let me know. Let me know in the comments below. They're right down there. I'm pointing at them. Hey, down there. Alright. Love you guys. See you guys in the next video. Ultimate Grandis signing out.